Very good. Hello and welcome back to Baker Brews. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Donna, and here on this channel we chat about homesteading in the city, and I share a ton of our family adventures. The Edmonton Urban Farm is our first stop here on our Open Farm Days tours. Keep your eyes open for 2 more farm tours in my upcoming videos. Last year, we went to a bison and honey farm combination, which was awesome. And the year before that, we went to a stables, and my oldest was able to go on his first horse ride. So that was a really cool farm as well. This year's feature animal was the alpaca, so we specifically picked farms that we had not visited before and would have the feature animal. But our first stop here at the Edmonton Urban Farm was awesome. The activities, the experience was so good. They really put a lot of thought into how to showcase the space for the event, as well as bring in lots of entertainment and additional resources or knowledgeable people to give such a full informational, educational, like hands-on experience of like farm in your backyard that all ages could enjoy. Just to list off a few things that were there were multiple garden tour times, there were nature crafts, henna and face painting, a mud pit and a sand pit, baby chicks, bunny rabbits, chickens, of course, alpacas. There was an amazing beehive that had a clear side on it so you could see into the hive and all the bees working. That was really cool. I'm pretty sure they asked the people running the garden plots to come and be available that day to talk and share about their garden plot and the experience there. I loved hearing from a variety of different farmers and growers and gardeners. There was a guy growing trees even here. And it was just inspiring to be around all the flourishing veggies and flowers. That is a lovely idea with the raspberries. You just needed to include a few berries for the for the children that'll attack that. That's too funny. Oh, fun. That'll be good. That's what I want to see. Nobody else will be excited in compost, but I want to see it.
Does it smell good?
So
no.
Good.
The composter that's the best for you is the one that's the best for you.
Best line.
These ones they have a smaller capacity, right?
Oh, okay,
so
yes.
you don't make as much compost out of them, but they do tend to work a little bit quicker because
Faster,
you're
right?
spinning them.
Okay. And I mean, like,
Yeah.
basically because the chicken stuff is already decomposing,
Yes.
like, that's why I'm tempted. Because
Yeah.
I'm already partway down the cycle. Like,
Sure.
like they're picking through all the greens, so
Yes.
what's left is just their poop, mostly.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes more sense than you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know how you get it out. But yeah, if the front ones come off.
Yeah, I screw in the bottom one and that's it. The other 4 I pull out
Yeah.
and then I can get in there and do my
Turn it.
turning. And then I have 2. They're smaller than this. These are quite large. And then the 1 year I put all my compost in the one,
Yeah.
and then the next year I turn it and I let it
Put it
mature
in
for
the
another
other.
season.
Yeah.
And then that's compost I use, and I kind of cycle through and start again.
Oh, yep.
I like that idea.
A mud kitchen. Oh my, eat your snack first.
Oh my.
Oh my.
See, that's not good.
You think that's a mud kitchen. It's a mess.
See this?
Just making sand food.
And I see
You baked the sand loaf.
And then it's already done.
And then what do you do with it? Put it in the bowl. Okay, scoop it in the bowl for eating. For pretend eating, right? That's so fun. You get sand in your hair and everything. The kids' craft is going on. Hey, we're gonna miss it. I see. Let's go to the kids' craft and come back. That looks like our chickens. Those look like Rhode Island Reds. What a pretty orange chicken coop though. Wow, look how beautiful it is. It's climbing. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like that's what I was trying to accomplish with ours. I planted this pumpkins. Pumpkins will do the same thing.
Oh yeah, like on that gate thing.
Yeah. I know, hanging off of it. Like that's what I want. Could be. Yellow zucchini. Great big yellow zucchini. Oh look, a grapevine.
Go around. Oh.
These are
That little Brent
Frontenac grape.
I wonder how old it is.
I remember it was 15 or 17 hours for the
Between a
whole thing.
llama and an alpaca.
These are alpacas.
They look the same.
Llamas and alpacas?
They look like alpacas might be smaller.
Yep, I think so.
They have a lot of things
Like
happening.
his hairdo.
Yeah, he's got a fun little hairdo, doesn't he?
Never been.
That's the ride.
Anything interesting on the signage? Alpaca fiber on average is 20 to 60 microns, where human hair is 100 microns. Alpaca fiber is strong and durable and remarkably warm. Alpaca fiber is non-allergenic and repels water. Unlike lamb's wool, alpaca fibers are free of lanolin, which provides wool that hypoallergenic and doesn't require harsh chemicals and high temperatures during processing. And there are two types of alpaca, the Hokkaya and the Surrey. Each type of alpaca produces a different fleece.
Yes, they
You see him through that hole there?
But there's poop.
There are poops.
Hey, Cal, don't run.
That's because it's an animal and it poops.
It's even on the poop.
Yeah,
Although
they take
llamas
care.
and alpacas are both camelids, they are quite different in appearance and size. Llamas are larger, with longer ears and face, whereas alpacas are smaller and more compact.
Compact version.
Are bred for pack animals? Oh, like to carry stuff maybe?
Look at the meaty teeth.
Ah, and
They
then
have big teeth, don't they? It's kind of scary looking, huh?
are you running this alpaca show?
That's what they tell me.
Oh, good.
Yep,
So
jealous
fluffy in
of
the
Happy,
He is
but he
jealous.
doesn't want the attention. Actually.
Yeah, he like
Just
shies
doesn't want
off of
Happy
it.
to have it either. Okay.
Do you trim the hoofs?
We do. The farrier does them once a year when they come. And
Yeah.
he didn't come this year.
Oh no.
So
Hence why they look a little long.
yeah, so we have a different. The trimmers, the shearers come and shear them, and they didn't shear the alpacas this year. So we have a farrier that is going to come and attempt to do that
Okay.
for us.
So you shear the? You have to shear?
You're
You-
supposed to shear them once a year in the spring.
I don't want this
These guys
now.
aren't overly fluffy yet, so
So it's okay. So
so
you're
it
gonna
was
let them
okay
go.
to miss them.
Yeah.
It was okay to miss this year.
So then
and-
you're gonna let them go a year.
Yeah, and our llamas are older, so we're doing them every other year because their
just
fur
not
has to grow
producing.
back enough by winter to keep them warm.
Oh.
So the older llamas, their fur is not growing in quite as quickly as we'd
Right.
like it to for like minus 40.
We'll find this place
So
to
we
sit down.
skipped this year, and if we were skipping this
Okay.
year for them, we just did it for these guys.
Yeah, right.
Because nobody wants to come for 3, right? When you're
No,
hiring
it's not enough.
a
It's
shearer
not enough.
to come, they're
No.
not going to come for just 3.
Right?
So
As you can kind of tell, like the fur does look a little.
It does
different.
look slightly different, right?
Is it hair or fur? What would you call
Would
it?
you call it hair?
well, the people that do knitting and stuff call it fleece, but I don't know if it's fleece after it comes off them or if it's while it's still on them.
Right, yeah.
To be
Like, that's the
honest.
Their
product.
coat.
Yeah,
Fleece, yeah.
I would have to Google it. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I made my kids do that. Was because when
Yeah.
I go to the zoo and people ask me questions, usually I can look.
Most
at the
of it's
sign.
actually there. Yeah.
Usually I can look and get the
The gist of it.
the gist
Oh
of
yeah.
what they want to know.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Being located right in the middle of Edmonton, this is a fantastic open farm days experience that you can check out without having to travel too far. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to check out the full Staying in Touch with the Farm playlist after this.
Here?
Yeah.
These are, so here you would see a poppy with the petals. I didn't mean to take those right off. But here they are, the poppy pods. And they're still really beautiful. You'll see some of them in the bouquets that are for sale from them flowers. And basically it's a seed head. So in some of the dry ones, you can actually, you can hear it rattle with the seeds inside.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We had another question about bees here, and so what we're doing is throughout the garden we've tried our best to save some seeds. So you'll see some of the peas that are going that look like, you know, maybe one would just pull them out, but we actually saved some of the seed from there. And then you'll see also here we have a do not pick for the beans, and so when they mature and they're big enough, we'll dry those and then save the seed for next year. It helps our costs.
Touch this. Squish it. Squish it. It's hard. These are poppy pods.
Nice.
Squish it.
What is it doing?
It's like a rattle. There's seed pods in it. Seeds in it, I mean. It is a seed pod. Try it?
Just roll it, put it under your tongue, and wait 5 minutes. Do you want to try it?
Taste it, Lincoln. Just a little bit. It's spicy.
Is it spicy?
Don't be.
Sea holly blue, Mom, I think.
Yo, Daddy,
Yeah.
watch out for all the bees.
I
Well,
know.
they're working. They're doing their thing. Those are good little flowers for them. 'Cause there's like multiple nectar spots on each. Oh no, it's a cone flower.
Oh,
That's exactly what it's called in my game.
a comb flower?
Cone.
A cone flower.
And our elephants would grab them and then chew them, and the teeth and the stomach acid breaks down the seed, the really, really hard seed, and then when it comes out the other side, it germinates. Unfortunately for this plant, our native elephants have gone extinct, our mammoths and our mastodons, but it doesn't know that. These are little ginkgos, so that's
Oh my
ginkgo
gosh, that's
biloba.
cool, yeah.
And so, like this tree here is actually a conifer.
Oh.
So this is a needle, not a leaf.
Oh.
If you think about, if you look at the leaf, it doesn't like split off, like tree out like this, like have these little veins. They're all just fanned, so it's a needle that's been fanned out like this. These are Kentucky coffee trees, which is the state tree of Kentucky, and we've got some larger ones back in here, but also a big tree trying to attract native elephants. And yeah, so we also teach people how to grow trees, and so when they join the community, we provide seeds and like step-by-step videos, and then we basically end up with tons of little trees, and then we try to get them out into the community. Yeah, that's my spiel in a nutshell.
Out all of the edible fruit trees in the city and your 1,000-year-old tree project with Nate capstone students.
Yeah, so we have a project now. It's called the Long Tree Society. So if you've ever wanted to join a secret society, just Google Long Tree Society or Long Trees, and you're welcome to join. So that's how secret it is. But we're trying to grow out 1,000-year-old trees starting from seed. So we have a few species. Ginkgo's actually one of them. The other one's bristlecone pine, Pinus aristata, that have the ability to live for many thousands of years. And so our thought experiment is, what would it take to grow a 1,000-year-old tree from scratch? How do you protect it? Where do you plant it? What kinds of stories do we need to tell ourselves? And then like, how do you pass that information on from generation to generation? It turns out that like trying to grow a 1,000-year-old tree, one, it says, we're going to be here in 1,000 years, and oh, by the way, it doesn't have to be dystopian. It could be beautiful and abundant and full of life, and we can literally start creating that future now. And two, I think it's really this story about, in order to grow a 1,000-year-old tree, the question you're really asking is like, how do you do you create a city, or how do you create a community that cares about long-term thinking? So that's been a really fun project to work on. So
Thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And if you're interested in planting a 1,000-year-old tree, just
And so my tour
let me
come
know.
this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. Sorry, this was the apricot?
that's local apricot, honey locust, ginkgo, currant, and then these are Kentucky coffee trees that have been munched on by bugs. Yeah,
That is super neat. That was really, really cool.
yeah, thanks.
Kid here.
I live in the neighborhood, and so I would like walk by the farm, and so I reached out to them because I was like, I like gardening.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the urban farm, so I was just asking like kind of how to get involved. Can I have a plot? Can I do this? And they were like, they didn't. It was in like January or something, and then later in the spring, like, okay, yeah, we have room, like have a plot, because a lot of the farm is organizations. Probably
Yes,
could explain
it
that.
is.
And then a few like individuals, or my partner and I will do this together. So
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an amped up community garden spot.
Yeah, it's great. And we chose the name Sweet Sicily. I have tried to plant Sweet Sicily. It's like it's a native plant. It's like kind of a nice licorice flavored.
Oh,
Smell like kind of
like a so what do you use Sweet Sicily for?
What I've done in the spring, the little seeds are like a little when they're fresh. I make a simple syrup, and then it's like really yummy with like bubbly or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, like it is quite sweet. It's like a sweet licoricey.
Because if it's not sweet, I'm not drinking.
You're not.
so
into
it's
it.
like an herb then, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
More so, yeah. And you can. I haven't really used the roots, but I think you can use the roots for like teas or other things.
That is super cool. Cute
Yeah.
name.
Fact about these flowers, you can touch them, taste them, but these little petals are also edible.
Yep.
I have eaten enough of them. So
Pansies.
pansies, yes.
How do you know the name?
I love pansies. They are my favorite flower. What's
It's
it called?
a shame
It's
because the flowers.
Mexican feathered grass.
It's still the same.
This would be the sensory bin for
Yes,
sure.
that's why I was messing up. a
Yeah, this is the one.
little. So that's actually the thing about this one is that we like to have kids just put their hands in there and feel the different, how plants feel so different in variety.
It's fun. It's a nature sensory bin. It's cool. More mint. Different mint?
Yeah, this one like mint.
Mint.
Like the best.
Probably like peppermint? No, spearmint.
Because the mint over there was chocolate mint, but this one's like
This is spearmint for
yeah,
sure.
it's mint.
Mint. Spearmint, my dude. Yeah, because they're behind a glass. Can you see that? What is that? Like, what is that in there? What is this in here?
A bee.
A bee
It's a single.
with a stinger. Yeah.
What is this one?
This is awesome. You can see the honeycomb they're building. Can you see it? So the white part is the capping. So they filled it with honey and then they capped it. So these ones, you see how they're shiny? They're getting filled up with honey. Or,
So slow when they're in there. Hey?
Yeah.
They're very methodical.
Look at this one. Look,
wow.
Daddy.
Look at how they like capped off these
Yeah.
ones. Like it's really cool.
Look at the very top.
Oh my goodness.
Even more millions of bees.
There are
Even more,
probably
that's-
about 50,000 honeybees live in one hive. Mostly workers. 1,000 drones and one queen.
Where's the queen at?
I don't know.
Does she just hang out with everybody, or does she have like a special throne room?
A throne room, yeah. We need to find the throne room.
Throne room. So that's the hardest thing. The queen
queen bee will most likely be in the middle of where the hive might be.
Oh.
So she could be hiding in here.
Yeah. Come in. Oh my gosh, though, that is really cool.
Maybe a little.
They're kind of like a barnyard. Better than them.
Yeah.
Once they're out.
The tour.
This is your man.
Oh, I need more chickens.
So see how this guy's got a bit of a green tint on his.
Yeah.
So very likely to lay a green egg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I just take that one home then?
It'll turn out to
Because
be a
that's
boy.
what I need. Oh man, that's my problem.
Yeah.
Is that I'm gonna get too many males.
So another thing you could do is like if because PV Mart sells these, right?
Yes,
So
I know.
If you guys are there and you're picking out chicks,
Yeah.
they're under a week old. If you take their wing feathers like this,
Yep.
and at a day or two old, there's feathers there, that's a boy.
Oh,
Right out of the gate.
because they're obviously
Yeah,
growing
and
faster.
the same way, if you see these little tail
Okay.
feathers right out of the gate, and they don't have the wing feathers, but they have tail feathers, it's likely a girl.
Okay.
And if they have any sort of dot or anything on their head, it's usually called sex linking.
Oh.
So it's like you said males are prettier. You had that pretty chicken.
Yes,
And
yes.
The males right out of the gate will have
Something pretty.
Some of these guys,
Something pretty.
they get like eyeliner around their
Yes.
eyes. They get like pretty features.
Yes.
If they're pretty as
It's
a
a
chick,
boy.
they're a boy.
That one with the so then would you call the one with the speckly feathers and the dots a male?
That's a
then,
boy for
based
sure.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, good. I'm practicing.
If they want to be.
Oh man, all the ones that I like though are probably boys. I'll be like, not that one, not that one, not that one. They're hiding, or they're
No, it's
just hiding
it's
from
just
people.
crooked, yeah.
It's almost like people are leaning on it.
What breeds do you breed? Oh, fun. Yep. Yep.
So Donna, you telling me that this like brooder, what do you call it?
A brooder plate.
Helps
I like
them grow
it.
when they're this young.
I like
As the
it.
light, like they don't sleep as much with the light on.
Yeah.
You can put it down.
Lincoln, you're feeding them the sawdust.
Put it back down. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Very good.
Thank you.
I do like that.